All right, I'll call this public safety meeting to order. This meeting has been given public notice in accordance with Wisconsin statutes, section 19 and 19.84 in such form to appraise the general public and news media of subject matter that is intended for discussion and consideration. Did I have it off during that time? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Very good, thank you. At this time, is there any public comment? I haven't seen you for a while. Any public comment by yourself, sir? Public comment? Do you have any public comment that you want to make at this time? Oh, thank you. Sorry, no. Sorry about that. Get the marbles out of my mouth here or whatever. Approval of minutes from February 7th, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I'll second.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you both. Any comments in regard to that meeting? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. At this time, we'll have the Police Department monthly report. Chief Snow?
Hi, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a grant update. We've been pretty aggressive looking for grants, fundings for any number of things to assist the department. The most recent we were awarded was a $17,000 grant, basically, that we are able to use toward computers. All of our lieutenants' desktops were getting quite old. We were going to have to write for new computers next year in the budget. This will allow us to replace all of the lieutenants' computers as well as a computer down in our property room. So Captain Grenier did a real nice job of jumping on this grant. He was the second one in the state to submit, and we got the award within a couple of days of submitting the grant. So we were real happy about that. We do again have the seatbelt grant for officer overtime for running the seatbelt details that we are going to start fairly quickly here. With the most recent grant that we had been awarded for drug interdiction, we have purchased our drone. We do have possession of that drone. The operators are now in the process of getting their license. That is a somewhat extensive process. They'll basically be going to get a pilot's license, is what it amounts to. So they're in the process of studying for that and getting those licenses. We'll be talking about the sergeant's position a little bit later, but we're looking to promote Jared Spreiter to that position. And most recently at the VFW Awards Banquet, Officer Justin Pesh was awarded given appreciation award for the police department for his work with the K-9 unit and just all the hard work he's done for the department since the time that he's been hired. And that's about all I have, unless do you have any questions for me?
Ready?
Chief Snow, how much was the grant for the computers? Was that 17,000, did you say?
I think it was 17,500, if I remember correctly. It was somewhere around there. So a lot of the lieutenants wanted laptops when they go to trainings and things of that nature. So they'll be given basically a laptop at the docking station, so they'll be able to use those for their desktop and for laptop if they need to take it home or for training, any number of things.
Sure. And then the grant for the drone, how much was that?
That was a part of a much larger grant for drug interdiction, and I believe that was $45,000.
Okay. But how, and How expensive are those drones? Aren't they like 6 grand or maybe they're more? I don't know.
The drone itself, with the drone and the licensing, I believe it was closer to 9,000.
Sure.
This drone has a number of capabilities from night vision to video, can just a lot of uses for this piece of equipment.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Bill, please.
How does staffing look?
We thank you. I should have updated on that as well. So we have one more week to take applications. I believe we are up to 45 applications. In
That's great.
comparison to departments in this area, I was at a training this afternoon. I talked to some other chiefs where other departments are seeing like 20 applications in that same time period. Last week we tend to get a lot of applications in, so we're hoping to get closer to that 60 mark, and we'll be looking to go through the physical agility and written test next Saturday at the high school.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Banquet? Chief Snow, I'm glad to hear that you applied for these different grants. It's because it's very important to be able to get this equipment or additional equipment, as the case is, without actually putting an extra burden on our own budget per se. It would give us more money to get more police officers, but whatever, per se, down the road. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Fire Department, please.
Like Chief Snow said, this past weekend was the VFW Recognition Awards Banquet. We did have 2 people who were recognized by the VFW, one being a firefighter paramedic, Riker Holmes, for his service as a paramedic, and the other firefighter, Chris Niggemeyer, for his service as a firefighter. So Riker was able to join us for that program. Chris was not, but I'll be presenting that to him next time I see him. In addition to that, you'll notice that I have a different monthly report this month. We tried to change it up a little bit, try to make it a little bit easier to read and understand. Take any comments on that if you have any, if there's anything else you'd like to see as a committee. Besides that, tomorrow night we have a Police and Fire Commission meeting. We are promoting one battalion chief, one full-time firefighter battalion chief, and another full-time firefighter, or excuse me, another battalion chief will be taking a reduction down to full-time firefighter due to some personal issues at his home life. After that process ends, we will then start recruiting for an eligibility list for full-time firefighter, EMT, paramedic. In addition to that, we've had a few people coming through our door wishing to be paid on call, paid on premise. Some of them are working out, some of them are not. But we continue to try and recruit people as best as we can.
What does paid on premise? Just like almost like as needed or?
So our paid on premise people are typically people who are firefighter, EMT at minimum. Not always, but typically that's what we try to get. And they are the ones that we utilize to try and fill in positions as vacations may come up. In addition to that, they also pick up some other shifts that we may have or randomly. For example, if we know there's going to be a snowstorm or ice storm, we may bring extra people in. We allow them. Paid on call people are people who you would historically think of kind of as your volunteer firefighters. They come from their house. We do not have a whole lot of them left. And it's kind of it's a transition thing that we're going through. As a nation on a whole, people volunteering is significantly down.
Thank you.
Questions from the committee, please. When you say you're considerably down, my history goes back too far out. How many would you have? 8?
About 5.
Okay, thank you.
To put that in perspective, prior to 2018 or so, we had about 30. And when I started in 98, we had 65. And for a bigger perspective, in 98, we ran 460 calls. And last year we did 2,400.
Whoa.
But imagine some of those people actually ended up taking full-time jobs that we had offered about 3 years ago.
All of our full-time staff came from within.
Right. But naturally, not that many.
Correct.
A lot of things have changed. Thank you, John.
Mhm.
Nothing in regard to policy updates, nothing in regard to new, unfinished business. Now we're at new business, number A, temporary Class B beer license. My Fest celebration on May 20th to the 22nd of this year. Is there a, are you here for that this evening? No, okay.
You would be here for B.
Thank you.
You're here for the
Knew that
license,
one of
right,
those
Dwayne?
two.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one.
I'll make a motion to approve the temporary Class B beer license for the Deutschland Heritage Foundation for My Fest celebration from May 20th through May 22nd,
Thank you, Joe.
2022.
Second, please.
I'll second that.
Further discussion in regard to that?
This will be held at the Marketplace parking lot. So they're going back to that original place behind Starbucks in that area.
Or New Life is? Or
Yes,
Life Church,
where-
whatever?
Like Life Church is, correct.
Thank you, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Thank you. Any
You're
other
welcome.
comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hang,
Those opposed? Motion passes. We were doing
For the
number A.
Deutschland Heritage Farm.
there might be a typo. Agenda.
No, this is A, like A, and this is B.
One's from before, so.
Yeah,
There you
I'll
go.
vote for it.
Very good, thank you. Under B, under new business, the following have applied to the village, Washington County for Class B, well, beverage intoxicating license for the period of March 7th to ending June 30th of 2022 at Carlos M. Cortez on Pilgrim Road. Would that be your folks this evening? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm,
I'll make a motion to approve the Class B fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for March 7th, 2022, ending July 30th, 22 for Mateo's on Pilgrim Road.
I'll second the motion. I'll second.
I would cut this short.
And this is the previous Aldo's location? Yeah, wonderful. Oh, right, okay.
Is there any comments
this,
from the police or fire department?
No comments from fire.
Thank you. Please,
No comments or objections from police.
thank you.
Is this, are we basically transferring the license that was there? Because it's, right, because it's not a full year. Okay, and then the 30th of June, we'll begin the new license, the new annual license of next year, right? Okay. Great, well, welcome.
When do you open?
Oh,
Good for you.
will you have the same theme? Italian? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Well, good luck to you.
All those in favor, please?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Welcome to Germantown, and again, for myself, good luck. Thank you. Under new business C, we have the police department restructuring lieutenant position. Chief Snow, any comments?
Yeah, as with when Lieutenant Tryhart retired, and that was replaced with the sergeant's position, Sergeant Matt Jones. Lieutenant Jim Thiep retired last week. We're not looking to replace the lieutenant spot. We are instead looking to replace it with a sergeant. And we still have an eligibility list that is active, and we are looking to promote Officer Jared Sprider from that list. Officer Sprider's been with the department for about 5 years. He's assigned to the Washington County Tactical Unit, currently on day shift, and we're looking to promote him to that sergeant's position.
Thank you. Motion, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the promotion of Officer Jared Sprecher to the position of sergeant with the following salary, 94889.60.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any other additional comments regard to this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. On to new business D. Fire department, please.
So, my agenda item is a request to replace our self-contained breathing apparatus. Those are the air tanks that we wear when we go into a fire or any IDLH environment. Our current SCBAs were purchased in 2008. They have a 15-year lifetime on them, which we are coming up to for the majority of them. I did budget this year $275,000 to replace our SCBAs. The price quote that I got from the vendor for the brand that we use was for $270,300. I would like to request that we are able to make that purchase.
And there's enough money in the budget?
I did budget, yes, there's enough.
And so we have enough from what we actually have as quotes. Motion, please.
I'd like to move we approve the purchase of the SCBA tanks for fire and safety for $270,300.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Thank you for the second. Any other questions or comments in regard to this motion, please? And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. At this time, we are close to the end of our meeting, and we need to set for the next one, which would be April 4th, I believe, at 6 p.m. Comments from the committee in regard to,
It's fine.
and everything fine on your end?
Is that the same night as the?
Yep.
Yep, that'll be fine.
Very good. Thank you. I call this meeting adjourned at this particular moment. Thank you for those attending.